So hey guys, and welcome to what is slowly becoming MCGamerCZ Monthly. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of stuff happening. My internet wasn't that great, and then I got a little bit sick. But we are here once again. And the first thing I want to talk about today is another straw poll. So if you go to the description, you will find a link to the straw poll, and there you can vote for the Sentinel you would like me to review next. So the choices are Carrier and Carrier Prime, Jin, Helios, Shade and Prisma Shade, and Worm Prime. Now, the Sentinel reviews are probably going to be a weekly thing, just like the Warframe reviews, and that's simply because Sentinels take a very long time to level up compared to everything else. And since I'm putting 3 Forma on basically every Sentinel to fit in like the essential builds and all the precepts, it takes a long time. And on top of that, the weapons usually don't have any polarity, so they're like 4 or 5 Forma as well. And honestly, I cannot think about anything more boring than just leveling a Sentinel, then putting Forma on it, leveling it again, and so on and so on and so on. When you're leveling it up passively as you're doing other stuff, it's fine, but when you're really trying to level a Sentinel, it is just so boring, it's killing me right now. So instead of focusing on leveling my Sentinels, I will just do it as I do other stuff throughout the week. Now, a lot of people have been asking me about War Within because they seem to think that I know more than I'm telling you. I don't. I received one email from DE Drew, I told you everything, and that's it. I don't know anything about War Within. I have no idea when it's gonna come out or what kind of stuff we're gonna get with it. There are some rumors floating around like we're gonna get buh and then muh and all of this and that, but I am not gonna talk about anything because the worst thing you can do when you're waiting for an update is to overhype it because then you're gonna be disappointed. So let's move on. So one thing I want to address is back when I did the Talos Boltis review, I showed that I got all the weapons, all the Syndicate weapons from DE Drew for free. And there were a lot of people that were surprised, first of all, and they were also very unhappy that we as content creators get some stuff for free. Now, I can't talk for the other YouTube Warframe content creators, but personally, I get essentially everything except for primed stuff. If they release a new primed Warframe or a primed weapon or a Sentinel, I don't get that. If I want to get primed access, I have to buy it, or I have to farm the frame or weapon or a Sentinel or whatever. And I never thought it was that big of a deal for people. I thought it was just a nice gesture from DE because I don't get paid by DE, so for them, I do it for free. I still get paid by YouTube for making videos, but DE doesn't pay me anything. And it's basically the only way for me to cover things on day 1 or day 2 of release. Because if I didn't get it from DE, I would either have to get it, which would take a couple of days sometimes, or I would have to buy Platinum, then buy the thing, and then make a video about it. And that wouldn't really be worth it for me financially. And as much as I don't like to think about YouTube this way too much, it is my job at the end of the day, so I have to make money somehow. And as a content creator, I see it as something that benefits you guys as well. Because when DE releases a weapon, we can get it on day 1, we can slap as much Forma as we want onto it, and we can either cover it on day 1 or day 2. So from my point of view, it's sort of a win-win situation, because if I get it early, you get the video early as well. So when DE releases a new weapon, you can check it on day 1 and see if you want to get it or not, because chances are some of the YouTube content creators have already made reviews for it. And as I've said already, if I didn't get these items from DE on day 1, I would have to get the weapon first, which would take a couple of days sometimes. Then I would have to put Forma onto it, then I would have to play with it for a little bit, then I would have to make a video, and then you would get the video from me. Some people just think it's unfair because we get it and they don't, but we worked really hard to get our YouTube channels to a point where we are even eligible for this, and I don't think any of us did it with the mindset of ho, I'm gonna get free stuff from DE. Once again, can't speak for the other guys, but I think it's pretty much the same across the board. I make videos because I just like making videos. Moving on, a lot of people have been asking me how I deal with burnout. For me, as a content creator, burnout is a really scary thing because if I get burned out, I can't make videos and I can't make money. So what I decided to do is I take a break from Warframe every other Sunday. I simply do not touch Warframe for an entire day, and that's, for me at least, enough to kind of rejuvenate my enthusiasm for the game, so I can basically keep playing it for as much as I want. And I would recommend you do the same. Just take a break from Warframe and play something else for a little bit. Just don't play Warframe if you don't want to play Warframe. Try something else and then you can come back to Warframe and you can have fun again. Or another thing you can do, which is what I'm also doing right now, is just pick a random item from the game, right? Pick a random weapon, whether it is primary, secondary, or a melee weapon, or even a Sentinel, and try it out. For the heck of it. Don't focus on the best of the best. Just pick a random weapon or a frame or something that you've never done before and just try it. Maybe you will really like it. You don't have to go as crazy as me, where I pick up a Dracoon and I'm like, I'm gonna slap 5 formal into this thing. Just pick a random thing and have fun with it. Because at least the way it works for me is when I'm just going for the best because it's the best and not just to have fun, that's where I get bored. And boredom inevitably leads to burnout. So just to quickly recap, try random things for the heck of it just to have fun, and if that doesn't work, just take a break from the game. It's not the worst thing in the world. And the final thing I want to talk about today is something that I've already talked about on stream, and people seem to be fine with it, which was awesome. And that's the idea that once every week or once every 2 weeks, I would make a video about a different game. I've already tried this with the Elder Scrolls Online video, which was received very well, which was really awesome, by the way. Thank you very much, guys, for that. And I think it would just be a good idea to kind of get away from Warframe, and maybe I can show you some different games that you may end up liking as well. At first, I wanted to do reviews for different games, but that would require too much time and it would kind of interfere with my video making for Warframe, so I scrapped that idea. So instead, I'm thinking just about a video where I talk about the game, I talk about things I like about the game and things I don't like about it. Basically the same thing I did for Elder Scrolls Online, but for different games. I really want to try and do this and see how it works, and hopefully you guys will end up liking it as well, because even though I cover different things in Warframe, sometimes I can get into like a rhythm where I'm basically doing the same thing over and over and over again, even though I'm covering different things. And if I did that too much, I feel like I would get bored eventually. So I kind of want to prevent that. So every week or every other week, there will be just one video about a different game. If you want to check the videos out, you can, but I'm not going to force you to do it. At the end of the day, this is primarily a Warframe channel, so I don't expect you to watch every video that I make. And before I end the video, I just want to hype you a little bit for the next Warframe review. So as always, it's going to come out on Sunday, and it is going to be Hydroid. So many people have been asking about Hydroid, and it's finally coming on Sunday. And as always, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.